In a highly acclaimed VOA interview, you were rightfully referred to as the leader of the Southern Cameroon people. Ambazonians and the international community can judge for themselves. This was followed by your participation in a Commonwealth Roundtable discussion on April 24th as the keynote speaker. Unlike any of the so-called leaders, you have always articulated the wishes of the Ambazonian people in these diverse audiences. From your vantage point, what the Ambazonian people would like to know is, what is the real state of our liberation and a war of recognition, Mr. President?
Yes, Secretary of State Mungwa, thank you for having me again. I think this will be our first time of you anchoring me and putting the questions to me. You have been the mouthpiece, answering these questions. So I know I will try my best when the teacher when the best student becomes the interviewer. So Ambazonians, thank you for having me again here. You know, the enemy has not declared victory. You're asking about us. The enemy has not declared victory. That means we are victorious. That is what we set ourselves up to do, to stop the genocide, to deny them victory, the bullies, the annexationists, the right to govern our territory. We govern our territory. We say when it should be open and when it should be closed. We are still in charge, and it will remain so until we get recognition. The truth is that we have passed through a very turbulent period, and we have prevailed. I want to say the Ambazonia people have prevailed. They prevailed in the fight to distinguish between light and darkness, the truth and lies, the white and the black. And that confusion and the shadow and the darkness that they cast over Ambazonia is completely, we have conquered it this far. So I can tell you that cohesion has come back on the ground. Commitment has come back on the ground, and we are doing everything we can to make sure that we reignite and get back to where we were in 2021 of the best year of this struggle. That is what we have engineered already, and it is going to be so before the end of this year by what we are doing and what we have planned to do. I think this year will only be compared to 2021. God willing and God helping us. Our forces on the ground have not lost the morale. Even those who were deceived and came back to their senses, they are now more energized, more determined to succeed than ever before. You know, when you have deceived somebody for a while and the person took everything you said for the truth, the day he understands that you lied to him, you radicalize that person against you. And that's what has happened to all the manipulators who tried to manipulate our forces on the ground. Now they have realized that those were hirelings. They were not. They had no ownership, and they had no good plans for the struggle. They were trying to use them to negotiate a deal with La Republic. They said all manner of lies they could not prove, and they deceived them. They lured them to their side and abandoned them in the middle of waters. So, with that same determination, they have decided to fight. We have a very wonderful relationship right now with the fighting forces on the ground. And we are the only ones that Ambazonians have trusted enough to give resources, enough to be able to help and take care of this one so that they don't become criminals out of necessity, out of need. And we are doing so, God helping us. More and more resources are coming our way. I'm challenging those who are drafting to do a little more. Let us continue to do more because the hope of Ambazonia depends on action, those who keep the action, not those who keep the talking.